So for those of you who don't know, I'm Chris. I'm the president of Queensland Ultimate. This is Mile. He likes to direct things event-wise. Dusty is our Indigenous director. Tucker is our current treasurer. Dom is our director for Women's Ultimate. Who else is here?
Tristan's, well,
Tristan does what Tristan does. And
who else is here?
Yuli is our secretary, currently overseas in London. Who are we missing? Matt Ryan's our development officer, so not part of our committee, but advises the committee on all matters youth related. And Tyson up in Townsville is our regional director. 2014 was a pretty big year for us. We actually pushed past having 1,000 members for the first time, which is awesome achievement for us. Queensland government renewed our funding for another 3 years. Woo! Thank you to the department. We've also actually now have an office. We are in the Milton Sports House. We have a logo on the door. We have a letterbox. Very exciting times for us.
And a mailbox.
Oh yes, and the mailbox. How did I forget the mailbox? Very pretty pictures. I took over presidency in October, so basically anything from the last AGM to now I can't really talk about because I wasn't here for it and I wasn't involved with the committee. So I took over from John McNaughton because he had a change of life. So we quickly had our Operation Planning Day in November to get our planning sorted for 2015. And we were hoping that we'd have enough money to bring on another employee as a part-time officer to help with help the committee do a lot of the paperwork that a lot of volunteers can't get around to without spending ridiculous amounts of time for. On the topic of money, Queensland Ultimate did make a profit last year. A resounding $800.
Party.
So it's good to see that because it means that we're spending the money that you give to us in your fees and your memberships, we're putting it back into the community, so we're not hoarding it.
Give it back.
Which is great to see. Last year, we did have a pretty big event. We had mixed nationals hosted in Townsville last year. So the first time it's ever gone to a regional city in Queensland. Monsters came in third, which I think is highest finishing team since 2007 for mixed nationals, which is a great achievement there.
Great job, Monsters.
Cron and Ellipsis took out the title on Universe Point, which is the closest mixed nest final since I've ever known. So
Yeah,
that's a great outcome. The weather was great. The games were intense, and there was lots and lots of food, including homemade cupcakes and burritos at the grand final.
Oh, they were good.
They were good. They were very good. At the end of 2014, after wanted to review all of its policies, for those that are wondering, there's about 24 policies. J-Mac and I went into that. We tried our best and gave them a lot of feedback. Some of it got implemented very quickly with the Div 2 policy being renewed and forcing us, basically it excluded any Div 1 player from playing Div 2. And it also meant that every team had to go to regionals, which gave us a bit of a few issues because of the size of Queensland. Having a team travel just to say that they can go sort of makes it not the best endeavor or use of money for those players. So we came out with a new policy which allowed Cairns and Townsville and hopefully in the future Mackay to host their own regionals, just so that those teams could qualify. But by doing that, that's also increasing the amount of people playing tournaments up in the north, and it helps them develop their skill bases rather than coming down here and pretty much getting destroyed for 2 days and not really learning much or taking much away from the sport. So as a consequence of that, we had essentially, I think it was 12 teams in total at regionals this year. which is great numbers to see. Shortly after that, Queensland Ultimate sent Samantha Peters and Matt Ryan up to Cairns to do a bit of a development up there, help them get established as they're a new incorporated club, helped them out with O-Week. They ran a skills clinic and they ran a level 1 coaching program up there. And that's paid off in the sense that Cairns now has gotten a team to Div 2 Nationals this year, which was their first interstate tournament that they went to. And they also came down for ABA, which is great to see. With the universities, Toowoomba is hosting Nugs next week. In the lead up to that, they asked us to do some coaching with them. Samantha Peters looked after a lot of that, and we might even have a new playing centre being established there. So that could be really awesome for Southeast Queensland. Start of the year, as many of you probably now have noticed, we have a new website. It follows on from the same platform that AFTA use. I have to give a massive shout out to Tyson for setting up the QUDA website, the Townsville website, the AMUC website, and he's got his fingers into the development of Cairns and the new Brisbane site. Yeah. We also hosted ABUC this year, Australian Beach Ultimate Championships, run by our TD in the back corner here, Jack Lewell. He did a wonderful job. It was a resounding success. After we're expecting maybe 4 teams to rock up, but we blitzed that. So there was great results. We haven't got all the feedback in, but everyone seemed to be super happy. And hopefully we'll have it here at Gold Coast again next year. It is? Excellent. Confirmed. ABUC will be on Gold Coast next year. Probably. This year we also had Australian Youth Ultimate Championships, and for the first time we were able to send an entire boys team without having to rely on subs, pick up players from other states, which is a phenomenal result. So a massive congratulations to Regina Kidd for being the manager, Miles Callum for coaching, Vic Jeffs for being assistant coach, and Matt Ryan for doing all the admin stuff to get that team off the ground. Of that team, we also had Isaac Page and Daniel McPherson make the Australian squad to play in New Zealand, and also Ava Muller, who played with WA, has also made that squad. So well done. So those numbers are a big result from our work with our schools program. In 2014, we had about 21 schools and 847 kids were throwing the frisbee around. This year, we've gone with a bit of a different strategy. We've reduced the number of schools that we're targeting, but increased the number of sessions that we're having with those schools. So we've delivered to 21 schools. We've got another 3 on the books. 275 have been playing on a regular basis. And this year, for the first time, we have had more interest from girls' schools, and we've actually coached more girls than boys this year, which is very, very exciting. Just going to wrap this up. It's awesome to see so many Queensland teams doing well at Nationals this year. We had 4 teams go down for Div 2, 2 from Brisbane, 1 from Cairns, 1 from Townsville. Townsville took out the Shield this year, which is obviously great to see. Mammoth and Fuse went to Perth for Div 1. Mammoth took silver, which, if memory is right, is the highest placing Queensland team since 1993. So that brings us up to date, which we're all here at QHAT, which, as far as I'm aware, we came in at 97 players.
Yeah, there's been a couple of people that signed up in the last 24 hours this morning as well, but
Did we make the 100 or not, Jack?
I don't know.
Ah. Regardless, it is the largest Q hat that we've had. So big round of applause and congratulations to Jack for putting the tournament on. Looking past today, we've got a development camp being run in Townsville and subsidising the non-Townsville players to travel and get in and involved. This is our long-term vision, and a big reason that we're doing this is to raise those players' skills up to better prepare them for Div 2 next year, which will hopefully be in Brisbane, and then we'll give them a big, strong springboard into going into AUC in 2017, which should be in Brisbane as well. So that's our long-term focus and strategy. So we should be seeing lots of development coming out in the next year. And hopefully, if Brisbane wins that bid, Div 2 will have a women's division.
Oh, cool.
That's the plan. I think that pretty much wraps us up. Halibut's coming up in 6 weeks-ish. 16, 17, 17, 18?
15, 16.
15, 16. So get your team sorted. Our thanks go out, on behalf of the committee, our thanks go out to everyone who gave time, effort, and action for growing Ultimate this year. In particular, great thanks to all the competition directors, the club managers, the team captains, the QUDA committee and staff, and doing everything to make this sport even more awesome than it already is, because without you, we wouldn't be playing on a day like today. So thank you very much. That's you, buddy.
Awards. The awards. Am I presenting the awards to myself?
Be closer to the microphone. Who's your?
Okay. So you probably know each year we give out a few awards. Nominations have been open for quite a while actually, because we were planning to do it at last Q Hat, but we put it off. So the categories are Volunteer of the Year, Club of the Year, Event of the Year, one other I've forgotten. Male MVP and female MVP of the year. So let's see. How do you want to do this? Okay, I'm just going to make up the order. So I'm going to start off with probably the most important one, which is Volunteer of the Year. Now, this goes to someone who's put a great deal of effort into Ultimate, mostly in Brisbane, but for quite a few years, and rarely gets recognised. This person does a lot of work behind the scenes, always helping out other people. So the Volunteer of the Year for 2014 is Adelia.
Oh, yeah.
You can say that if you want. So yeah, everyone thank Adelia for all her work, mostly with Buddha, but helping to run
Boogie.
the prize is electronic, sorry. It's some Rise Up vouchers. Yeah, so sorry, I don't have a physical copy of the prize. The next award will go with Tournament of the Year. So this was a small tournament, but I think the first tournament I've ever heard of that was run in this location, and it goes to the Sunshine Coast for their overnight beach tournament. That was kind of November last year. It was really fun for those who went. So that will go to, I think it was Robin and Steph who ran it. I don't know if they're online or following, but round of applause to the Sunshine Coast crew. They've been getting things going. Now, I'm going to do female MVP. So this goes to a lady who's kind of like the Volunteer of the Year. She's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes for her club and for the Brisbane Ultimate in general. But she's also represented the state, was Brisbane, as well as represented Australia on a few different levels. And so the female MVP goes to Jo Ashdown. I don't think Joe's not here.
Redraw.
Do you really want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the awkward part. Male MVP. I'm not going to do any of this other stuff because it goes to me. So I don't want to talk myself up too much.
He only went to Worlds. He only played Nationals and Mixed Nationals and ran Monsters and ran 2 leagues and stuff.
Yeah.
So, well done, Mom. Thank you.
And then the last one is Club of the Year. Goes to, we mentioned it briefly before, best mixed result for Queensland club for quite a while, Monsters. Hey, Monsters.
Yes. All right. Now we get to the fun bit, nominations. Currently, we've only had 2 nominations, and I hope no one nominated anyone last night because I haven't spoken to you, Lee. So we'll start with President. So there's only been 1 nomination so far for that, which is me. Nominated by John McNaughton. Who's seconding? Viv.
Whoa.
That's you, buddy. Bainey? Oh, it's between Bainey and Viv. John is in Vietnam right now. He made the nomination, Gio. He's not accepting. But yes, I do accept anyway. Is there any other nominations for president? There we go. Lockmurph, are you even here? Do you accept the nomination, Lockmurph? No? All right. No. Well, I don't think we really need to vote, but all in favour of me being president? Whee! Unanimous. Good time.
Okay, we might do it at it closes, like after the presentation, we'll talk about what's happening.
Is that KP enough? Oh, that's so hot and wank. Yeah. Anyway. Next position we haven't had any nominations for is secretary. Yuli has been in that role, has done a great job. It's probably one of the most important roles of the committee, but it's probably one of the easiest to manage time-wise. You're looking at 2 hours for the committee meeting, so once a month, and then maybe at most half an hour to an hour a week, if that. So I'd like to open the floor for any nominations for secretary. We really do need to have a secretary as well.
I nominate Dan Gladish.
Dan Gladish has been...
Wait, question is, does Yuli want to keep doing it?
No, she doesn't. This is why she didn't put her hand up.
Well, you better say that.
Dan Gladish, do you accept the nomination? No. We obviously didn't get you drunk enough.
Oh, I think he was drunk enough.
All right. So no nominations at this stage. All right, we'll come back. Next on the list is treasurer. We haven't had any nominations yet. No one actually submitted it, but Leon has put his hand forward to take over that role. I believe, Tucker, you're seconding. Yep, great. Anyone else want the glorious position of treasurer? Currently it's Tucker, and he's stepping out because he's leaving the country. Good times. So all those in favour of Leon being treasurer for the next year? Hey, good times. So 3 main ones. We'll get into the next one, event director. We've had Tristan nominated by Mile because Mile's leaving.
That's why, Tristan.
Starkey has seconded it. All in favour? Oh, sorry. Anyone else wanting a bit? No. All in favour? Woo! Hooray! Indigenous Ultimate Director, currently sitting this sexy man over here.
Hi.
Would you like to take that position again?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do we have someone seconding that? Oh, too slow, Dan Gladish. Too slow. Corey had seconded on that one. Anyone else? Going once? All in favour?
Aye.
Woo! Good times. Women's Ultimate Director, currently held by Dom Simpson, who I have no idea where she is. Oh, hey, Dom.
Mantos.
Do you want to do the role again? You can. You will. Excellent. Seconded by Starkey. Anyone else want to put their hand up for the position? Alrighty, all in favour? Woo! Hurrah. Regional Director, currently held by Tyson up in Townsville. I'll definitely nominate that guy because he's cool. Oh, Jack Lewell. I know, you seconded. Jack Lewell seconded. Anyone else want to stand in that position? Probably a bit hard to do from Brisbane. Good times. All in favour? Yay! Who are we missing? I feel like we've missed someone. Secretary position. Not accepted. It's a great position. Lots of fun. You get to boss the president around.
Yeah, MVP.
Wow.
I don't know if Chris has mentioned, but some of the perks of being on the QUDA committee, they're pretty much.
Oh, good point.
If you have any, basically, if you want to have any influence into how QUDA Queensland Ultimate spends our 20, 30, 40 grand a year, basically, if you have any opinion about that, you've got to get involved. And the best way is getting on a committee. The other thing is, in our regular meetings, we often, okay, every now and then we have like lunches, morning teas, that sort of thing. But most of all the QUDA committee members are playing this tournament for free.
I nominate Marcus Lee. Seconded.
Does Marcus accept? So there's some perks to joining the committee if you want.
Absolutely.
It's pretty minimal effort, and then you get to play.
Yeah, we did.
Committee get to play Q-Hat free every year.
Monica, you look like you want to do it.
Jazzy,
Monica's gonna get evicted.
Jazzy,
From the country.
I move that the executive can nominate at their choice later.
Nah, that won't work.
Join up later if you're
Sure. Cool.
Can we talk about waffle?
Yes, you may talk about waffle.
Hey, Maria. Big love voice. Okay, so waffle is going to be aiming to start end of July or beginning of August, and it's going to be different. Waffle! Like yelling voice. We're talking about waffle.
What's waffle?
We're going to start end of July. Women's Ultimate. We're going to start the end of the July. Don't know about fields yet. It's going to be 5-on-5, so everyone gets more game time. What else? It's going to be a hat league, so you can sign up as like a single, duo. What? Nothing, don't worry. So you can sign up as a single, duo, or trio. So you can sign up with a friend, and we're gonna try to make it more even. So it's gonna be 5-on-5, smaller fields, and it's gonna be more continuous. So there won't. Sorry.
How long is the league?
Probably around 8 weeks. Yeah. We're trying to aim for Thursday. All skill. Everyone's invited. Yeah, we encourage everyone.
Have you guys thought about Tuesday?
Let's talk about Tuesdays. Tuesdays or Thursdays?
Okay. Some people want to play these practices.
Okay.
That's why I'll play one. Okay.
We're trying to aim for Thursdays actually.
You're doing Thursdays?
Because of mixed. There's mixed practices on Tuesdays.
Where?
We'll get back to you on this.
Yeah, it's not confirmed.
Not confirmed day, but end of July.
Cool. Great. Thank you, ladies. Well, that brings our meeting to a close at this point in time. That brings us to a close at this point in time. So thank you all. What time have we got? 20 to 1. One more announcement.
Running the Ultra Frisbee Academy down in Gold Coast as a kids development league, and I just wanted to put out there that he was asking us to pass a message on to say if there could be attention given to schools in that area.
So, yep.
It's actually a really good website. It's got a great intro to what Ultra Frisbee is. If everyone directs someone to it to see it, so it's a great walking through. That's my 20 cents. Thanks, Buzz. Ultra Frisbee Academy. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Alrighty. Thank you all. Game on in 20 minutes, I believe.
All right, warm up, Purple.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Oh. Does anyone actually have any questions? Excellent.